Welcome back everyone to more of our custom career mode and career experience. And our race at Dover was pretty uneventful actually. There were some mistakes made by some drivers in front of us, made some of those passes moving up through the field pretty simple. We were able to stick to the high side and make up a lot of spots. So let's go ahead and fill in the numbers. So our qualifying position was last, which I actually believe now is 27th. I believe I've got it down to a total of 26 AI cars in the car set. So again, nothing to worry about here. This is purely informational for you. So we're not going to worry about exactly what last place was. But the race finish, we came in 11th place. But with our relative performance, that turns into a 36, which again is not a huge payout, but this isn't what we're worried about. This is a long-term project. Getting this relative performance increased is going to be expensive and it's going to take a while, and that is what I love about it. It's not supposed to be easy and it's not supposed to be quick. But we'll come home with about 48 grand plus our sponsorship from Etsy. I love the fact that we have a race car sponsored by Etsy. That is awesome. So as we work our way across, we have no damage to report because, well, we did scrape the wall a little bit on the straightaway. It sucked us in, but no damage from that. And once again, you can see that we have a little bit of profit. Somewhere in the low to mid 20s is generally where we've been, except for when we get the big races, the special events, and of course the crown jewels. So that takes care of the Cup Series. Next, we need to hop over to our other two series, which are the Super Lates and the Midgets. So let's hop over to the Super Lates first. We'll scroll back over to the side. So we're going to do a couple of events here. Looks like we're up next at South Boston and Southern National. We need 4 finishes. And if you'll remember, we have 2 level 16 drivers, 2 level 17 drivers. So a very good driver stable for us to choose some. And who knows? Maybe 1 or 2 of these guys, we want to move up through our organization into some of the higher tiers later on. So we'll discuss that later on when the time is right. But for right now, we need a couple of race finishes. So let's go ahead F9 to refresh. And so we've got 2 9ths here, so I'll just make that 9th and 10th. So we got 9th, 10th, 13th, and a 3rd place finish. Very nice. 9, 10, 13, and 3. All right, there we go. So South Boston will take care of the remaining cost here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get Southern National taken care of. All right, there we go. Refresh, F9. So we have a 3, a 10, a 9, and a 12. So again, all of our cars are very close to the top 10, and with 4 of them, we're dominating the front of this field. So a very strong showing so far for our team. So 3, 10, 9, and 12. Very nice. The biggest thing was, of course, we avoided any issues with damage, so we don't have to worry about any severe fixes to the chassis. So let's go ahead and scroll across. We're Hobby Lobby. It's almost expiration time for them. So we got a couple more races there, but then the others, we're going to have a few more videos with them before it's time to move on. All right, let's go ahead and get our driver salary dropped in here. Okay, no damage to report, and once again, we're right at the 100,000 mark in pure profit after both of these races. I definitely like it. Now, 100,000 looks nice, but when you start to think about the fact that we are 4 teams generating that, it's still not a lot of money. If you want to generate a lot of profit, you're going to have to get into the upper tier teams and really get that max marketing level. That's where all the money is, and so that's where we're eventually headed. But for right now, I'm going to be very happy that we're making right around 90 to 100,000 per race. So that takes care of them. Let's hop over to the Dirt Midgets and let's get a few more races here. Now, Kaylee Bryson has done an amazing job. She really wants to move up, you can tell. She is showing her stuff right now, and it is very impressive. Our staple sponsorship is going to be with us for several more races, as we still have 16 remaining. So let's go ahead and get a couple more race finishes for Kaylee. So she is a level 26, and again, if you haven't been with us before, you can find that driver level. We've actually done some upgrades on her. She was a level 29. Now she is a level 26 after the upgrades. So let's get some driver finishes for her. So we're looking at level 26, F9 to refresh. Ooh, a 10th place. Again, another top 10. I can't be upset about that. And then 6th. Yes, she's killing it right now. This is very good. Very good. We have a victory. We had 3 top 5s to start the season. And now we have all but 1 race finish inside the top 10. So you're going to get no complaints from me. She is showing us exactly why she should be moved into the upper tiers as the opportunity comes. Now, how much did we make? Well, about 13 grand, which is pretty normal for us until we get to the special events and some of the special races. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so why don't you have any tracks here? Well, I could put tracks here, but there are so many options to choose from, and I like to leave that available to you. Whatever tracks, if you want to do more local tracks that are local to you, if you want to do more of a national scene, it's completely up to you. There are certainly a lot of dirt races held on a weekly basis and even throughout the week. If you are a subscriber to Flow Racing, you'll know that there's races everywhere every week. I am a huge Flow Racing supporter, and no, they are not a sponsor of this channel. I have exactly 0 sponsors on this channel, so I'm telling you that because I literally love my Flow Racing subscription. So many races to choose from week to week if you are a fan of dirt racing. So we've got a total of 6 events in the books so far for Kaylee, and average finish is a little over 6th position. That's hard to beat for a start to the season. So things are going very well there. Let's hop back over to the home screen and see that we're now sitting here at 633,000. That is what we're looking for. That gives us just enough, I believe, to purchase our next Cup chassis in preparation for next season, but we're going to hold off for now because I really want to keep this balance up a little bit higher just in case we have some really bad luck in one of our series. Maybe we get bad finishes for all 4 cars and the super lates have a lot of damage, that kind of thing. So we're going to save a little bit of money here for a rainy day, but things are looking quite nice. So let's now hop back over to series number 1 and let's take a look at what's up next there. So race number 7 for us in our shortened season of 9 races, we're headed to Homestead. Another 1.5 mile track, but as is the case generally, it is very different in how it races to some of the others. Our most recent 1.5 mile was Charlotte, and it races like a shoebox. There is just no room on that track. It races so very narrow. Homestead is a lot wider in how it races. Multiple grooves there. And we'll just see how high the groove ends up going. The AI generally stick more toward the bottom of the track, so we might need to make it work in the middle. Welcome everyone to Homestead Miami Speedway, a fantastic racetrack known for its great racing and multiple grooves, and it is indeed true. You can run anywhere on this track you want. Not every track is like that. Some tracks race very narrow. This track races incredibly wide. So we'll just have to see what the AI has in store for us. So far, it's been a bumpy ride. I have not had a whole lot of luck. These guys are going 3 and 4 wide early on for the first several laps of the race. A lot of contact, a lot of cars out of shape, and it has made it very difficult to try to get a race started so far. So we'll see what we can do with it. Hopefully everything works out and we can get this thing going. Now the AI skill spread, 80 to 100. So that's a little bit more narrow of a spread. Trying to keep everybody a little bit closer together, but I don't know what kind of speed we have against these guys. The setup is going to be loose, I think, based on the little practice I did. Didn't have a lot of time to spend on the setup this time.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, there we go. So Geico restart zone. We're underway. So I'm going to give these guys a little time to try to sort this out. And try to sort myself out and see how this car is going to behave. Now, we do have a special guest today. Unfortunately, there is a fly. And that fly is, he must know it's race day, because he is steadily running laps around my face, right in front of my eyes, and generally just being a complete nuisance. So not the kind of special guest you would prefer, but it's the one we've got.
Outside. Got one
Oh,
inside.
look out.
Clear.
We got people. Do I see smoke? Is that tire smoke, or is that somebody blowing up smoke?
Slow. 3 wide, your feet. Hold your line.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Hold your line.
Oh, look out. Oh, I told you these guys are trying hard to wreck. No caution yet. Woo, this is tight. This is tight.
Inside. Still there.
I enjoy it, though. It's fun.
Clear to the bottom.
This
Got
is
one
fun.
outside.
I don't mind the 3 wide as long as everybody will hold their groove, because I'm sure trying to hold mine.
Outside.
Oh, look out. Outside. I heard him right at the last second. I thought we were cleared. And I was going to try to jump back in the line.
Keep to the bottom. Clear to the top. Outside. Still there.
All right, we got down to the bottom there. It actually didn't feel that bad. It's loose down there. I would not want to be forced
Got one outside.
down there, but the fact that we were down there, I was able to roughly control it.
Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Hold your
Oh, I
line.
saw somebody else get up into the wall. I think it was Bush. I think Kurt Bush got down.
3
Oh,
wide,
easy
your
there,
feet,
23.
3 wide. You're on the bottom. Got one outside. Still there. You're in the middle, 3 wide.
Oh, we're in the middle of 3 wide right now.
Clear to the top. Still there. Clear.
Oh, yep, we almost wrecked it there.
In the top 20.
Well, isn't this just an interesting start to the race?
Got one inside. Stay high. Keep high.
I am chasing the back end of this thing all over the place.
Still there. Clear. Inside. Keep high.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we're chasing that back end. Oh,
Keep high.
have I mentioned it's a little twitchy? Just a little bit.
Stay right there. Clear to the bottom.
But
Inside.
I will deal with that if it means better on the long run.
Stay right there. Clear inside.
Okay, 7 car. We're trying to do work here, okay?
Got one inside.
You're just interrupting. I've already got the
Keep it
fly,
on top.
who is really trying hard.
Stay high.
I think the fly may be the winner of this race, because he is steadily running laps around my face.
Keep digging. Clear to the bottom.
Yeah, this thing is so loose, I can't be extremely aggressive with it. Although, you might think differently, seeing the number of times we've been 3 wide so far. I'm just trying to see what I can do with this car. It looks like the bottom is the way to go right now, for me. Which is unfortunate, because I very badly want to get up onto the top and try to ride that wall at least a little bit.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Still there. Clear.
All right, 2 for 1 right there. Yeah, late exit right there in 4. When I'm running the bottom, that late exit is what gets me. Trying to get, looks like they're leaving the very bottom groove open for me. And by open, I mean clean air down there. So we'll see if we can make up any speed. We made it to the top 15, which I wasn't sure we were going to be able to do. As usual, the apron had a magnet on it, and I could not stay off of it. But I'm trying to get this bottom to work. I mean, they're giving it to me. I do want to try to run the wall. But right now, it just seems like the bottom is where I've got my best chance and best handling. Because I can get the car down here, and the car seems to rotate fairly well through the middle. Now, late exit is where I'm having my issue. The car's getting really loose late exit, but I'm hanging in there with these guys. You can see the car cut very nicely right there as we approach the center of the corner. Unfortunately, it's cutting a bit too much. Trying to use the brakes a little bit more to try to help the car. Yeah, that late exit is on my nerves right now. If it weren't for that, we would have passed several more cars, I feel like, because it's just killing my momentum. And it may end up killing the car, because that is extremely twitchy. But I'm trying to ease into the corner a little bit more than I might normally do. You guys that have been with the channel for a while know I am definitely guilty of overdriving the entry in a big way. I am extremely guilty. I work on it, but my brain just goes into autopilot sometimes and just overdrives it. It gets in way too deep. So I'm trying to work on that. All right, is that somebody that just came out of the pits? Was that Austin Dillon in the pits?
Outside.
Or did I miss something? Was he already in this group? I haven't had time to look at the actual standings to see just yet. I see somebody in blue.
Keep to the bottom. Clear to the top.
Feels weird to be at Homestead and I'm trying to run the white line instead of the wall. But we're in the top 15. It's working. Yeah, that's my best shot because it's handling quite nicely down there. As long as I don't overdo the entry and as long as this fly will allow me at least some vision. It's hilarious. If you could be in the room with me right now, like right now it's trying to land on my nose. Oh, when you experience that, it's like, okay, sure, I needed this race to be even more challenging.
Keep to the bottom. Keep low. Clear outside.
But you can see, I can carry more speed down in here than these guys that I'm racing with right now.
Keep low.
Can't quite keep it on exit though. They've got me on exit.
Clear.
All right, so we're up to 14th, which I think is pretty good. Again, using a little bit of brake on corner entry just to try to help calm the car down, help it rotate a little bit. Yeah, rear end's just really twitchy on exit. Oof, now it's a little twitchy on entry. If I back the entry up a little bit. But it looks like things are starting to stabilize here. These guys are basically running the same laps I am right now. And while that might sound like a bad thing, I view it as a good thing because it means they're not pulling away from me yet on a long run. Now granted, it's still very early in terms of a fuel run, but so far so good. We're hanging in there with these guys, and that is the most important thing for me, to try to build long run speed into this setup. And the way to do that, oh, we just definitely lost the nose there, being up that close to the 10. But just trying to build long run speed into this thing and be able to keep up with the AI the way they're racing right now. Who knows what future updates might bring, but for right now, you need big time long run speed.
Got one outside. Stay on the bottom. Keep to the bottom.
Yeah, that's a pretty good corner there, but I just can't quite get the speed. That's where being on that a little bit higher groove is giving him the momentum that he needs. Meanwhile, I'm trying to wrap that white line through the center. All right, let's see if we can maintain this. All right, I believe we're going to be up to 13th now with that pass on Amarola. But yeah, the car is handling quite nice on the bottom. That snap oversteer late exit is really the only issue I'm fighting right now. As long as I don't try to overdo the entry and overcook that part of it, then the car is very nice for me. So now we're going to try to work on Chris Buescher. We've got less than 10 laps to do it, but if we've got the speed, that should be enough. I still want to get up there on that wall, but I just feel like we're going to lose a lot of speed by doing that right now. But I've got that part of my brain that is just on repeat right now that says, hey, go run the wall. You know you want to. Because of course I want to. Everything in me wants to get up there, just like at Atlanta. But for now, the competition part of my brain is overriding that and saying, we are fighting for position here and things are going well where we're at. So my overall thoughts on the setup as we approach about 25 laps in, I'm happy with it. You know, again, not perfect. But if you're only happy with a perfect setup, then you're pretty much never going to be happy in a car. Always keep pushing for more, but this is pretty well balanced. I feel like this is an extremely well balanced car on the long run for us right now. I mean, it was all kinds of loose early on in the run. It still wants to get loose from time to time, late exit, but this is what I'm looking for.
Outside. Still there.
And what's really bringing a smile to my face right now
Stay low.
is that on the long run, you notice that these guys are not running away from us.
Stay on the ball.
We're here.
Still there.
Kyle Busch sliding back through the field a little bit here. I noticed, I mean, we ran up on him pretty quick. Not sure what was going on there, but now he seems to be back up
5 laps to go.
to pace. But yeah, I mean, we're right here with these guys. They're going nowhere. Oh yeah, really loose there. But that really loose that I'm describing is not something I would trade for being really tight. I will take where we are with the handling of this car over tight any day. Because tight essentially just scrubs all the speed off the car, particularly on exit. So while I might want to do a few tweaks here, if I had it to do over again, then yeah, I might want to get a little bit better on the exit. But I, quite frankly, would be perfectly fine with running this setup again. I mean, we're sitting here in 12th. These guys in front of us are going nowhere. They're not leaving us in the dust. We are hanging right with them. In fact, not only are we hanging in there with them, we are threatening to continue making a few passes here. I mean, we got Chase Elliott here.
2 laps to go. Outside.
Oh, look at that. He did not have a good center of the
Stay on
corner
the
there.
bottom.
I'm going to very much try to take advantage of that.
Stay on the bottom.
He got a little side draft off of us there. Good move on his part.
Keep to the bottom. Stay low. Clear outside.
Oh.
Outside.
Good move on his part there. He really
Low.
got on my right side there and pulled me back.
Stop.
Took away some grip on corner exit, and of course took away all the aero. All right, we're coming in on that white flag. I would love a top 10. However,
Got one outside.
that's Kyle Busch up there, and unfortunately,
Still there. 3 wide. You're on the bottom. Clear.
oh yeah, y'all fight it out. We got 3 wide there with me on the bottom, and thankfully I was able to run a very good groove there, get a lot of throttle on exit, and was able to clear them. So as we come to the checkered flag, I am thrilled. We're going to come home, I believe, in 11th position, starting dead last over a 30-lap span. Yeah, I'm very happy
Let's get out of here.
with this. Very happy with this setup. I'm happy with the balance of it. Now, it was very loose early on, but that's what I needed in order to have this balance as the run continued. So yeah, very happy about where we ended today. Now, moving forward, we're going to be moving into version 2.0 of the KPG Career Experience. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to do some videos here on the channel, specifically going into detail about what 2.0 is, what it's going to bring. So we'll talk about that much more in future videos. But for us here in this series, it's going to mean I'm going to be doing fewer of these races. They're not going away, but we're going to be doing fewer of these races, as I'm just going to pull over here and park while we finish up today. But we're going to be doing fewer of these races, and we're going to be using the spreadsheet even more, because version 2 is going to include the ability to simulate entire races, not just our finishing position, which we've been able to do so far in version 1, but entire full fields of cars for a full race, and then do full seasons for a series. So we're going to have points, we're going to have point standings, we're going to keep track of wins, top 5, top 10s. All of those things are coming for a full field of cars for an entire series and season. So all of that means that we're going to be spending more time in the spreadsheet. We're going to be spending a lot more time building our racing empire. Multiple series, owning a lot of cars, you get the idea. We're going to be focusing more on that going forward. But like I said, doesn't mean these races are going away. They're just going to be a lot fewer. We made it to the Cup Series. We're staying here. But when we come back together next time, we're going to talk about version 2 and how that's going to help us in the future.